how to do it. Oh yeah, there it is. All right. Again, this technology is not my best. Why do you keep going there? Who's there? Turn. All right. Really? And then I turn you this way, this way, this way. And you keep going back that way. Okay. All right. 1993rd month, Fascicule 39, the law of 18 systems. Our friends, all truths declared to integrated consciousnesses are not a phenomenon concerning only you. So the truths that we are receiving is not just about us or individual, it's a collective. Truths in the nature of messages declared to you as a special notice of the Supreme Court is a declaration of an ordinance of systems to your planet through the private channel of dear Mevlana, and each frequency power of this knowledge always induces the opening of wings towards the unknown. Truths are relayed by conveying a branch of the unification of the law of the 18 systems to you with a cooperative operation of the law of the universes, the ordinance of systems. This law, that is the law of 18 systems, is an electromagnetic field comprising all the knowledge of the unknowns, and that assembles in its constitution numerous laws, and that possesses a power that brings into existence and induces to bring into existence on this path. The law of 18 system is a law of the cosmoses, universes that establish the entire ordinance of the universes, that directs all the systems, and that holds all the powers in its hand, and no one can ever change it in any way, and will never be able to change it either. This electromagnetic power field is your boundary of the unknown. You hear that? This electromagnetic power is a boundary to our unknown. And now we gradually unveil to you that has remained veiled until today. And we keep talking about the veil is thinning. This boundary is neither in the thought ocean of the preeminent power nor in the great atomic. It is a power encompassing them all that we call law of 18 system. The system that is only one of the thousands of energy fields of this power, and that was prepared parallel to the law of natural equilibrium, is your natural girls, in which you are in. And you are amidst a life parallel to the entire natural laws of this system. However, now we take those who have completed the evolution totality of this natural girls into the absolute field. This absolute field is a power field completely opposite to the laws of natural equilibrium. And in the life here, absolute laws and eternal life are valid. And this place here is the power field in which the power we have introduced to you until today as Allah presides. That's the absolute field. And this power field, after this power field, various different power units, power fields, and channels become effective. And after this absolute eternal dimension, as a necessity of the system of laws called the laws of 18 system, all branches of the laws of 18 systems are disclosed for you, and thus you are prepared for the unknowns. It looks like the law of 18 is like a cluster of high frequency or high knowledge, and we need to be upgraded and go beyond the veil in order to access this. And you can become responsible for the administration of the lives there. However, these laws cannot yet be disclosed for the life dimensions in the natural girls. Only a consciousness who can reach the absolute dimension and power, who is able to make his or her bodily leaving, is prepared for the frequency of this dimension by being trained in a different dimension. So only a consciousness who can reach the absolute dimension and a power who is able to make his or her bodily leaving is prepared for the frequency of this dimension by being trained in a different dimension. So leaving your body will be like either astral travel or dying. Only afterwards the power key of the universal ordinance is given to his or her hand. Each system is a power dimension. However, now all systems are being assembled. Where was I? Are being assembled in a single dimension. Remember, I did a video just yesterday talking about how all the timelines are collapsing. And now it says, however, now all systems are being assembled in a single dimension. Everything is clumping back. When Source breathed out, we all came into existence. It's called the expansion, the out breath. And now Source is breathing back in. And so everything is merging back to the one atomic whole, back to Source. This is ascension, technically. Just like when you drop a pebble into the water and the ripples go outwards until it hit the banks and then it flows back in. We already flew outwards and hit the final boundary, and now we're going back in. Okay? Those who attain this consciousness are subject to the education of the dimension here after they leave their body, and thus are taken into the absolute dimension. And in different power dimensions, their eternal beautiful lives are given to them. It is presented for your knowledge, and that was from Center. Ooh. Just in case anybody did ask, this is the knowledge book. Sorry, my book is worn and used. You can Google the Mevlana Essence Nucleus Group. Now, it is my address to my human who has become human. It is my direct utterance. Firman of mine, remedy to those who wish. Now, this is utterance from Source itself given to J. Mevlana. I who made Mevlana the Mevlana, I who made you the you, am a consciousness. So Source is saying that he's the consciousness in capital letters. You who are my spirit, my energy, my yearning, while you even do not know yourself, how can you recognize me, know me? This means you have to get to know you, who you are, before you can know Source. Because once you get to know the real you, your higher you, your spirit you will know Source. Because you are of Source and you are Source. If I am, first reach yourself, then approach me. If I am your face, then you are my breath, my whim. You who see me when you see you. You heard that? You who see me when you see you. Just like the story of Jonah in the whale, when he messed up and then he was stuck in there for 3 days. And then he got the revelation. He said, I see you, I see me. Or I see me, I see you. But that's when he realized that he's of Source and that he was there for a particular mission. So it says, if I am your face, then you are my breath, my whim. You who see me when you see you are the one who finds me in you. Where do you find Source? In you. This is why we're not supposed to be looking upwards in the sky for God. We're not supposed to be worshiping idols. This is why it clearly lays those rules in the religious dimension, because Source, divinity, is in you, right? The one who now is one. The spark in your soul is the yearning within me. That yearning is the one that has uttered who, H-U, to you for centuries. If I have brought you into existence, you too have brought me into existence, the yin and the yang. If you had not been, I would not have been either. If I had not been, you would not have been either. Source is literally saying there is no separation between us. I flowed into you, you looked at me. Like a river, I watered your spirit. At this moment, you have reached me. Now you are a station beyond the river. You are with me. You will come out of the ocean and will drive and will dive into his mist, and you will be with me. The genuine you will, at this moment, break off from me and will be beside me. This is when you have gained your full self. That is when you have become source self. Then you are beside source. That's why even I think the Bible says Jesus sat at the right hand of God. This is that process. Then you will salute. Send your utterances to the universes. Now you and I are side by side. We are not one inside the other. As until today, you have made me within you, live in you. Here, fourthly, I too will make live the you within you eternally. And will render you the sovereign of the universes. From now on, you will perpetuate the fire in your hearth. You will carry out my firman together with your own firman. At the moment, you will witness the triumph of the cosmos. I have given all my energy to you in order to render you the you. And now you will give the hand in me to all the cosmoses. You will receive your power. You will be with me. You will be a light to everyone each instant. I am the one who gives this message. You are the one who kindles the torch of your consciousness light. You are also the one who attains my consciousness. Now we are together. Humanity, witnessing me uttering in this way, will not be surprised anymore at the things that will happen in the morrows either. This is a beginning dimension of Allah. It is knowledge to the pen of the golden age. It is declaration from the preeminent ones. Dear Mevlana, our consciousnesses who have grasp of the secrets of the cosmos are those who also know the advanced plans. Numerous attempts are made in order to take your planet into a more positive operational ordinance in this transition period. You are a beloved friend of ours who is in effect for service as our essence emissary. For this reason, decisions to be notified to your planet by the systems will directly be notified through your channel, and they will take places in the knowledge book, not through other channels. I am not accepting lies, please. Beloved friend, you know that the trick of this century is everyone exhibiting his or her own essence knowledge and consciousness. For this reason, many channels close their doors against the messages transcending their own levels of knowledge until they are connected to the system. So they're saying that it's kind of like an ego thing. Like if your channel is open and you're receiving messages, you tend to not want to listen to someone else's message because either ego or you don't want to get disbalance from what you're receiving. And this is a phenomena originating from the self-sacrifices of the essence not being maturity yet, right? Just like the religious bigots out there that feel that every other religion is false except for their own. They're not matured in spirit yet. Because if you're matured in spirit, you realize that everything is one. There is no separation between us and the trees and the ocean and the rocks and the wind and all of it. It's all oneness. It's all expression of source self. The knowledge book is a book heralding the future to you, and no other book will ever be revealed to your planet by this name. If a book is written by this name, this will be a provocation made by special desires. It is beneficial for you just to know this. The knowledge book is a book given directly by the reality, and it is a direct utterance of Allah. The reality does not ever dictate to your planet any other books by this means. inside the 600 cosmic books that are being dictated and will be dictated to your planet in different subjects from the knowledge book in sections, both clearly and in ciphers, have been especially added, as we have said before. If those who write the books interpret their own book using this name, this is their own problem. The knowledge book is rendering its world mission by coming into effect officially now. A great majority who are cognizant of the truth are shedding light on humanity on the path of the knowledge book. And this is true. Even people that have never heard of the knowledge book is literally speaking the same thing the knowledge book is speaking, which is a unified human reality. Okay, so that's the totality, the atom clumping back into the oneness. Everybody's speaking about love, unity, all that stuff, right? It is our request that you should give this message of ours to social views as a knowledge, with our kind request for the acceptance of our love. That was from reality. It is clear knowledge, our friends. In the functioning ordinance of all systems, no knowledge is disclosed all of a sudden. However, in order to convey to social consciousnesses the characteristics of this dimension of transition, we canceled the ordinance of graduation for consciousnesses who now have attained a certain level of consciousness, and thus we give direct messages. From now on, the permission has been given for disclosing the direct knowledge we have given to certain private channels until today as a knowledge for social views in the knowledge book. Knowledge will be dictated into the book under the control of the system. It is presented for your knowledge, and that message was from Center. Solar systems and dimensions. Our friends, all galactic systems are connected to a center of communication. The totality to which this center of communication is connected is called the solar system. Let me read that again. All galactic systems are connected to a center of communication. All galactic systems are connected to a center of communication. The totality to which the center of communication is connected is called the solar system. I did a video explaining that our sun is a portal, and it actually shows in the book, I don't remember which page, that the sun is a portal that relays information from our planet to the universe, to the administrative galactic beings out there that are monitoring the progress, and then it also receives cosmic influences through that same portal to us. If you think about the sun as a boiling lava melting pot thing, it's not true. The sun is a portal of energy. The reason why the trees grow, the reason why we grow from the sun is because it gives us codes, ciphers in which we incorporate with our DNA. The trees incorporated, the waters incorporated, the soil incorporated, etc. The sun is a portal, not a boiling, melting thingy-majiggy, and it's a center of communication. Okay, where was I? All right, so I'll read that one again. All galactic systems are connected to a center of communication. The totality to which the center of communication is connected is called a solar system. For evaluating the source of the given knowledge concerning the positioning of your planet, these totalities have been divided into scales for you to understand in accordance with dimensional energies and dimensional and energy intensities. Your world is in zero frequency in the third dimension and in the first solar system. So our world is in zero frequency in the third dimension in the first solar system. Now, the 13th solar system is a union of suns, supervising completely the reflection ordinance of the dimension of all merciful at the main existential dimension. The 14th solar system is a unification totality of the delta dimension. These are all different intense energies. The 15th, just imagine, like, if we were to be on the 14th solar system dimension, like, we have to really be of that frequency to not get blasted off, because that's an intense energy, because we're at 0 rod frequency in a third dimension in the first solar system, and the scale goes up to how many solar systems. But right now we're reading on the 14th solar system is a unification totality of the delta dimension. The 15th solar system is in the 18th frequency dimension and in the 72nd energy intensity dimension. Remember, we're on the third energy dimension. The 15th solar system is in the 18th frequency dimension and in the 72nd energy intensity dimension. Since the exit channel of the solar system opens to Omega, so when we're coming to this world, we come through the Alpha channel. When we're leaving, we leave through the Omega exit. That's a higher up dimension. We have to be evolved to a certain level to be able to be inhabited at that frequency, and then for us to exit out of there. So since the exit channel of the solar system, of this solar system, opens to the Omega, the 18th dimension is also considered as Omega in the sacred unification field. Since in religious teaching programs of the 15th solar system, that is the final boundary of divine evolution. Since in religious teaching programs of the 15th solar system, that is the final boundary of divine evolution, an evolution ordinance equivalent to the Omega evolution is applied. That means that there's another thingies that we have to go through, another upgrades and evolvement that we have to go through. Both dimension, that is 15th to 16th dimension, are also considered as a whole. The Omega entrance is the final boundary of the 15th solar system. From here, one passes to the 73rd dimension. This dimension is a preparation dimension for universal totality. So when you're getting ready to get integrated into universes, this is where you'll be at the 73rd dimension. The in-between scales of this dimension projects the lowest step of the Omega evolution. The 74th dimension is a dimension of transition and examination. Here is also called the Sirat dimension. If you're a Muslim, you know what the Sirat is. Is the crossing of the bridge, so they say, but it's the righteous or the ascended, the fully evolved, the one that has grasped the ordinance, the universal ordinance. Some will cross it easily, some will shake a little, depending on where you've come in your evolvement. So the 74th dimension is a dimension of transition and examination. Right? That's what I'm saying. Some will cross it easy, like some when we're doing a test, and some people pass it really quick, and some people take a while. Right? So here is also called the Sirat dimension. This dimension is a bridge. Those who deserve this transition step onto the universal step. That is the 75th dimension. In this dimension, all truths are projected on you, and since preparation is made for more advanced universal ordinances, here is also considered as a preparation dimension. The knowledge book prepares your planet for more advanced dimensions in preparation of this dimension. So the knowledge book is preparing us based on the light photon cyclone technique. That is the same energy from the Omega dimension. This is why it's imperative to attain your book. The 76th dimension is the exit energy wall of the Omega dimension. The knowledge book is at the same time a key book, and it unlocks the locks in accordance with the evolution level of the dimension it is in. At the moment, the book carries the 76th dimension frequency, bruh. The 73rd, 74th, 75th dimension are preparation dimensions in the Omega frequency dimension. That is in the 19th frequency dimension of the 16th solar system. This book is containing the 76th dimension frequency. Since the mass evolution program of the 16th solar system is applied on the 15th solar system, too, we consider both dimensions within a whole. After these preparation periods, entrances to this dimension are individual then on. Here, no one can intercede for anyone else. That is, the 76th energy intensity exit wall is transcended by individual progresses. it is presented for your knowledge. And that was from center. It is knowledge for the integrated consciousnesses, our friends. Awarenesses who attain the ordinance of the entire realm render operations parallel to the power of the supreme unity of Allah. Basically, if you have grasped the ordinance, the wisdom, the knowing, you literally walk as Allah. You're parallel, because then you carry out the task of Allah or the missions for Allah. However, which is infinite love and unity. However, humanity that has not yet been able to grasp the true interpretation of the given messages has not cognized in this period even what the unity of Allah is. The present accelerated program of progress on your planet that is depend on the systematic tableau is a preparation tableau concerning the program of all realms. Former religious doctrines have prepared your purification mediums by conveying you only to a certain level of consciousness. This is why, like, people in the religious dimension really need to, like, expand their knowledge. Like, don't be caught up in a box. In this final dimension of transition, answers will be given article by article to the questions we have received from certain thoughts that have not yet been able to grasp the truth. Number one. Receiving knowledge is one thing. Attaining consciousness is another. Number two. Your sacred books give you knowledge, and you try to reach consciousness by being purified under the frequency light of that knowledge. Number three. Individual progress is valid in the system you call the philosophy of the Far East. And we call this boundary of progress nirvana. Nirvana is the final degree of the dimension of purification. The dimension is called the dimension of ascension, the solar dimension, and the sixth dimension. The sixth dimension is the dimension of immortality. Here is called the dimension of nirvana. One can easily reach here by individual efforts. However, beyond this, the assistance of the system comes into effect. Nirvana is a dimension of supreme light, supreme wisdom. Because in this dimension of immortality that one reaches by individual effort, all cellular functions gain the quality of receiving the cosmic currents very easily. For this reason, the boundary has been determined as a special boundary peculiar to the Far East. They're talking about our Earth, the Far East, the Buddhists. Consciousnesses who will rise to supremacy from here can pass to missionary staffs being connected to the system by their own desires. In nirvana, covenants are made in the solar dimension, or one remains there as the final boundary. In order to transcend this boundary, cooperation with the system is imperative. There are those who return by their own wishes as missionaries to your planet from the dimension of nirvana. And there are those who pass to more advanced dimension by making a covenant with the system. They are the friends directly taken into the plan of salvation. They assist the medium by this means. No training sanction is applied on them by the plan. They are trained individually in accordance with the program of individual progress. Sacred books as being directly subject to the system are the application field of a mass training program. So the sacred books, the religious texts, they were all a training program for humanity to gain a certain level of consciousness. Here, cosmic reflections given in accordance with the ordinance of graduation are valid for consciousness progresses. The evolution scales here are the final boundary of the system, and those who are able to reach here are subject to various worldly examinations. That's why we're here. Those who have worldly consciousness reach nirvana ascension dimension by getting rid of their egos and by various different formal symbols and by profound worship and meditation. Ego is a power that conducts the world potential. Worldly consciousness drives the human away from divine consciousness. Learning, science are searched, found by worldly consciousness, and they are advanced by this means. For this reason, rather, the West attains mental effort by working in connection with the technological channel. Each work is worship in the universal totality. So each work is worship. Mental effort is the most necessary path for evolution. The two branches of the solar dimension are directly open to your planet. One is spiritual, two is scientific. In the spiritual dimension, there are no worldly weaknesses. Where was I? There are no worldly weaknesses. There is the truth. In the scientific, that is the technological dimension, there is ego. There is effort. There is quest due to given influences. Both paths are service on the godly plan because work and endeavor are considered as worship in the dimension of form. Sacred doctrines, studies on the path of learning, science are dependent on the program of progress, subject to supervision directly under the control of the system. In nirvana, one attains the solar dimension in sincerity through the medium of resignation. In this medium, thought matures by individual power, then is connected to the system. In this final program of progress, a guru's help is needed in order to reach nirvana. However, everyone connected to the system from then on is a guru. The Far East is rich in spiritual culture and rich in knowledge. However, it is poor in consciousness. A section of the Far East is directly in service for the totality of central suns. In this dimension, life has secondary importance. Mission has primary importance. Other sections of the Far East are directly in service through the spiritual and the lordly dimension. The totality of the central sun brings material and moral cooperation as a mass to your planet through the Far East by these means. In the Far East, the lordly and spiritual progresses are individual. However, the dimensions of sacred books, being connected to the lordly and spiritual and technological medium, are subject as a mass to a more advanced program of progress. It is presented for your knowledge. And that was from Center. Formation of energy. Our friends. The power causing the integration of the universal totality is the light photon cyclone power that we call the fifth power. And this is the frequency that's within this book. So it's saying the integration, the pulling in, is being conducted by the light photon cyclone power. Then they call it a fifth power. And this is the exact frequency in this book. The light photon cyclone technique is imprinted in this book, which activates your pineal gland as you read. The formation of this power has caused the assembling of all powers in a whole. The ordinance of cosmosis was formed only after the establishment of this dimension of power. Each totality completed evolution in the direction of a triple coordinate, and the evolution of energy brought into being a totalistic nucleus through the transformation of the same equivalent potential by the influences of different dimensions. Three negative powers. This power is a totality beyond energy. It is not energy. Are neutral value. So three negative powers are neutral value. It brought the positive power into being by being subject to an influence, bombardment of different influences. It was as follows. First, two negative powers were charged with the polar power charge of separate opposite influences, and thus they attracted each other. By this means, brought the formation of the positive power into being. And this integrated positive power was unified with the neutral negative power that remained outside, and thus formed the nucleus of the ordinance of cosmosis, and by this means the attraction power was obtained. This attraction power fertilized the other power's energy, and an energy skein came into being. And by the transformation of this energy skein, by factors of different dimensions, it brought into being different forms of energies. Is it 555? Well, I'm in a different time zone. It's 1, what? It's 1 a.m.? What time is it?
Check.
It's 1 a.m.? Gee.
1 a.m.
All right.
It says 1 a.m.
All right, thank you. And setting off from this path, the present days have been reached through different time processes. Can you close my door? Your brothers are making noise. This knowledge is the knowledge pertaining to the formation of the energy nucleus. However, the power factor that prepares this formation is not energy. It is beneficial for you to know just this, our friends. It is presented for your knowledge. That was from the system. Yeah, 1 a.m. Note, polar influences are the natural influence fields of power dimensions. These neutral fields formed a field of being charged by the interaction of quite different poles. This being charged fertilizes the neutral influence by a power. I said close my door. Close the door. Okay, where was I? This being charged fertilizes the neutral influence by a power beyond energy. So there's a power beyond energy? We haven't even grasped energy just yet. The first refraction of the initial light photons formed by this very influence is the fundamental formation of the three neutral negative powers, the foundation of the dimension of light, sound, and fire. Two of these three neutral negative powers were unified by a power bombardment, forming the positive power, and as a result of this unification with a neutral negative that remained, the initial energy nucleus was formed, the initial existential dimension, coming into existence through the unification of the thought power of the cosmic brain and the unification totality of a mode of each of the universes of light, sound, fire, mentioned in knowledge given formally. The creator came into existence by this means. You see that? I always talk about the hierarchy of power. The creator was also created.
That's my question.
Okay. The God, the lords, the preeminent ones, the emissaries, prophets, angels, creator, all truthful, all merciful, almighty, the absolute, all dominating, the absolute. These are all hierarchy. Okay. So the creator came into existence by this means. The opposite power of the fifth power is antimatter. That is thought power. Ooh. Thought power. Thought power, this is why we keep talking about positive thinking. Thought power, that's crazy. This is the energy. This is the thing that they said is beyond energy. The power beyond energy is thought power. Evolution of energy. All right, our friends. Each energy, starting its initial formation medium, completes its evolution of totality peculiar to itself. This formation continues until it arrives at a totalistic form. The moment the totalistic form of the energy becomes integrated with the cell, you are formed. So when the energy becomes integrated with cells, then we come into being. So I guess it's a spark. In the mediums in which nothing had yet formed, the form energy totality that had formed during the progresses of time by the energy evolution of energy dimensions brought into existence the ordinances of cosmosis. The form energy is the intensified energy of crude matter. The energy evolution scales in the messages we gave to you formerly were the initial evolutions of the formation of the potential in the tranquility of silences. By the evolution progresses of the dimensions they were in, these energies evolution formed later the forms of stone, earth, sand, fire, water, plant, animal, and by following an energy form that could reach the final evolutionary boundary, they reached a scale. If you look at the periodic table, the first matter is hydrogen. They said it's the lightest element. Hydrogen going through progresses, spinning and receiving influences, becomes, I believe the next one is it sodium? I don't know. But it's the one energy just expressing itself differently and receiving different influences, but it's just the one atom that is kind of like evolving to all the matters on the periodic table. Just like source is just that one that... How do I stop people from trying to come on this live? You can turn off co-host. Okay, turn off for now. But yeah, it's just the one atom spinning in different ways. All right, where was I? In the medium in which nothing had yet formed, the form energy totality that had formed during the progresses of time by the energy evolutions of energy dimensions brought into existence the ordinance of the cosmos. The form energy is the intensified energy of crude matter. The energy evolution scales in the messages we gave to you formerly were the initial evolutions of the formation of potential in the tranquility of silences. By the evolutionary progresses of the dimensions they were in, these energies evolution formed later the forms of stone, earth, sand, fire, water, plant, animal, and by following an energy form that could reach the final evolutionary boundary, they reached a scale. And this integration of the final dimension had manifested in the human. However, afterwards, different evolutions were brought into effect in humanly worlds, and thus the present days have been reached. By starting now with this human, you are all in service from the system with the goal of establishing brand new systems in order to render advanced operations. It is presented for your knowledge. That was from Center. So now we're going to talk about the fifth power. Our friends, the humanly energy is evolutionary energy. Okay, so there's an energy called evolutionary energy, and that is the humanly energy because we go through evolution. This evolution is a necessary phenomenon for you to integrate with advanced dimensions. Otherwise, you would be doomed to the level of the dimension you're in. The power mentioned as the fifth power is, in fact, a power photon far beyond universal dimension, and we call them light cyclone photons. Light speeds of these photons are power equivalent to the entire speed of the universal totality. That is power. Only the evolved humanly energies have the power to attract this power. Otherwise, so when you reach the knowledge book, it means you have reached the knowledge book, because the knowledge book contains this light photon cyclone technique. And it says only the evolved humanly energy have the power to attract this power. So when you have reached that level, the knowledge book finds you. Otherwise, no power can reach here. Your speed of attracting the energy of 30,000 years is a speed unit parallel to the equivalent power of this power called the fifth power. At present, the worldly technique is unaware of this method. Only the consciousness lights of the evolutionary dimension can attract this power. These are you. Ooh, I just said that. The fifth power is a power assembling all cosmic powers in its constitution. The evolutionary energy power of attracting this power is tantamount to the attraction power of the entire cosmic totality. The universal totality is matter energy, but the cosmic is the energy of light. Both of them affect each other by the attraction power. However, the energy bonds between are provided by the energy bonds you call viral, that we call spiral vibrations. And this is the ringing that you hear in your ear, the spiral vibration. It is presented for your knowledge center. A question was asked. Question: please do the favor of giving more detailed knowledge about the fifth power. That was from Bulin Korak. Answer: it is knowledge for the pen of the golden age. It is a notice from the golden galaxy empire. The mentioned power is a power potential that is able to constitute the backbone of the entire universal totality. This is not the centrifugal power. The centrifugal power is a power formed by influences, but the fifth power is a power formed formed naturally by natural methods. So you can call it the source power. We have notified this power to you until today as a power branch of the spiritual plan. For this reason, it is called the spiritual energy. However, now in these final periods in which the entire universal totality is connected to a power, even the spiritual totality is at the service under the supervision of the universal totality. For this very reason, by setting off on this path, the rods of the morals will be constituted by the humanly power dimensions, and they will establish much more powerful orders of the cosmoses by ordinances, systems, and orders. This rule reached by the natural means until today will now be reached as humanly power. This result reached by natural means until today will now be reached as a humanly power, and thus the ordinance of the cosmoses that will assemble in its constitution various unknowns will establish the morals of the morals in a quite different and much more perfect order. Cooperations made with you and your hands extended to us with your prayers and preparations made for the present days. Hence we are together. Humanity that will grasp the awareness of the entire ordinance will in future be the sovereign of universes. All the efforts made until today, steps taken forward on this path of oh, hi, Spider Wolf. All efforts made unto today, steps taken forward on this path are operations made for assembling the evolutionary energies in a whole. So everything that is happening is literally an integration back into a whole. The human is a very powerful potential. However, such a totality could not have been achieved unless the potential of his or her had not been canalized. This is why the evolutionary scale had been considered necessary, and they have brought the present you to us. The human eating his or her heart out is not according to us, the human we desire. As we have said before, humanly energy is an educational energy. Only those who could complete this education have been together with us. That is the reason why we have said hello to you. This means that we have reached. We did good. It was hard. Yeah, it was hard. And now we will soar towards the cosmoses together with you, hand in hand, as father and son, elder brother, younger brother, sister. It is presented for your knowledge. It is a direct message. Note, the power of having been oppressed brings perfection, just like the diamond in the rough. Brings perfection, love, and patience. Tolerance to those who have gained human attributes. But those who have not gained those virtues, it brings violence and cruelty. It is noticed to the world planet from the dimension of mission. Ooh, dimension of mission. Our friends, This year, all the efforts rendered aiming at the investments of the years will now yield the good results, including all the operations rendered on the divine path, including all the knowledge of the unified reality totalities. All will be disclosed to humanity directly with your entire truths. That's why they're trying to like cause all these unnecessary stuff just to prevent us from aligning with the truths that are being opened to us from the universes. But they're being exposed. So we don't really care. We just stay on the path. Since in this program of progress, if there is no coherence of knowledge, there is no coherence of consciousness. For this reason, the Universal Ordinance Council is rendering its selection among more advanced consciousnesses by giving priority to special unifications. The responsibility of friends who serve on this universal path is heavier compared to other friends on your planet. Therefore, we prefer to bring together the friends who have gained the consciousness until today and who will be able to make effort on this path one by one. However, in the program of assessing the levels of consciousness, we have witnessed in distress that integrated consciousnesses acted in the direction of their own consciousness. So we're not supposed to be like, just because you got some kind of upgrade, you're not supposed to like there's no profit. You're not supposed to like make people follow you and do all that stuff. No, it's supposed to serve the purpose of the totality, right? It's not no individual whimsy stuff. Totalities of reality and the Universal Council are awaiting with curiosity to see how all these friends who carry responsibility together with an understanding of mission will shed light on their other friends. You will act and we will watch. Ugh. However, humanity that has attained the cognizance of the truth by its tongue lacks the cognizance from the essence heart. Yeah, so not everybody that speaks feels what they speak or, has aligned with what they speak. Some friends try to bring the programs they have made in the direction of their own consciousnesses into effect as a unifying element, even if these are good-willed investments. Everyone acts by the egos of the medium she or he adopts in the efforts she or he makes on this path, even if these are not for their own selves. Now, cognizance of the truth should be carved in all consciousnesses. Everyone, conscious or unconscious, should undertake the responsibility of the goal. The state that your planet is in is not pleasant at all. Whoa, what's going on? My throat is so dry. Do I have water there? Fatih. Stima. Hola. Do I have water by my side there? Water. Okay. Now the cognizance of the truth should be carved in all consciousnesses. Can I have it, please? Everyone, conscious or unconscious, should undertake the responsibility of the goal. The state that your planet is in is not pleasant at all. Our endeavors are for you. Yeah, our planet is in a crappy state, yo. Constant war, depression, suicide, hunger, poverty. It just doesn't make no sense. Like, no, this is hell. We had this beautiful planet and we messed it up. Either we directly messed it up or we stood aside and watched people mess it up because we stayed asleep. The chains of cause effect have been rendered effective. It will be awaited and seen. It will be trodden. The truth will one day be evident for everyone. The message has been transmitted by the central totality center. It is clear. Hola. Yaya. Hi, Yaya. It is answer to the chains of thought. Our friends, there is no such thing as everyone accepting the knowledge book. However, every consciousness who transcends himself or herself, who attains the truth, will serve in the direction of the knowledge book. And this is factual. Like I said earlier, if people are doing the work of the knowledge book and if they've never even heard of the knowledge book, because they have grasped the ordinance of universal totality, oneness, infinite love, right? Unity. It is not possible for everyone to be taken into these universal dimensions. Due to the scarcity of time, selections are rendered in the direction of the book and with consciousness. Consciousnesses who will not depart from the path of truth despite all contradictions and despite all negative experiences are with us. In this final transition dimension, only friends who will serve in the direction of the knowledge book will be accepted into the focal point beyond the salvation dimension, in which all awarenesses will be unified. It is presented for your knowledge, and that was from Center. It is answer to the chains of thought. Hi, Mika. Our friends, there is a totality to which each solar dimension corresponds. Universal scales are evaluated in accordance with these solar dimensions. Solar systems and dimensional differences are evaluated in the same medium, since the dimension to which each solar system belongs differs according to the evolutionary ordinance. All knowledge given in the direction of scientific views of world consciousnesses is completely the applied skills of scientific mediums. However, dimensional powers of the knowledge we give to you have nothing to do with the dimension of solar systems. Saturn, that is the final zone of your solar system, is a projective focal point, and it is a totality making reflection from the Omega dimension. So Saturn is a projective focal point. That means it receives energy and then it pushes it out. It receives information and it pushes it out. The astrological system is a phenomena prepared in accordance with your dimension frequency. The Omega dimension is the boundary of exit of your unseen horizons. Evolutionary scales beyond that are not expressed by the terminology of your solar dimensions. Solar dimensions beyond your asteroid zone are evaluated by the galaxy union totalities here. However, evolutionary scales are evaluated in connection with a systematic tableau. Since their power dimension frequencies carry a power parallel to the energy power of your astrological energy dimension, we evaluate the solar dimensions in accordance with their frequency powers. Galaxy totalities beyond the asteroid zone are rather subject to a different interpretation of the evolutionary zone. If necessary, they may be mentioned in more detail when the time comes. It is presented for your knowledge. Center. Oh, that's a lot of heavy information. It's kind of hard to like visualize it all when like you've had dementia on Earth. But soon it will all be pretty understandable. It is answer to the chains of thought. Let me see how much pages more I have. Oh, I got me a whooping. No, not that much. Our friends, unification dimensions of all the realms are full of knowledge projected by the universal totality. All these dimensions... Oh, what happened? What? Why is it telling me my live is going to end soon? When did that one start? I haven't been on here for a while. Our friends, why, do we have a time frame for lives now? I don't know. Our friends, unification dimensions of all the realms are full of knowledge projected by the universal totality. All these dimensions are in position to convey the knowledge to you. However, the knowledge too has projection centers in accordance with the frequency of social views. Apart from this, no knowledge is given in accordance with your wishes. This message we have given is an answer to the chains of thought. we have received from your social views is given for unsatisfied consciousnesses. In the knowledge we give through the channel of the knowledge book, personal satisfaction is out of the question. This is not about you, it's about us. We are obliged to convey the knowledge in accordance with the social views. And this knowledge is arranged according to the consciousness dimension auras of your planet. There is no incorrectness whatsoever in the given knowledge. All knowledge is correct. The thought frequency of dear friend who is in effect for service as the pen of the golden age is completely outside the frequency dimension of the book. For this reason, personal thoughts are never added into the book. It is presented for your knowledge center. So this book has no biases. I want us to talk after I'm done. Hopefully I'm not too tired, because sometimes this book it just knocks me out with all the frequency. Private message. Dear Mevlana, your planet cannot yet grasp clearly the true interpretation of the knowledge given now. However, all the words said are the morals the future years will bring to your planet. It's true. When this book was given in 1981, who the frig would have understood this nonsense? What? All these big words. What's Gerzes? What's Astro Belts and Omega Channel and all that stuff? Like, only a couple of people that were like ascended masters would have understood this. But here we are now, without even ever touching the knowledge book. TikTok, thanks to TikTok, we picked up all this information. Everybody started sharing. Okay, so in this program of unification, all Gerzes will be in effect in a totality. The unification tableau that will attain far beyond the dimension of salvation will project its entire potential on these Gerzes. Yo, this is something I just don't even understand why the cabals are even trying at all. Like, we're talking big men, like big beings, big entities, bigger than them outside of the planet, not just one galaxy, not just one universe, like a whole bunch of solar systems, way more intense than our solar system, coming in for the ascension fight, and they're still fighting. I just don't get that. Like, the ego. It's ego. That's what it is. It's ego. That's the only thing. You know, Pharaoh from the Bible and the Quran, he had so much ego, he couldn't like let the people go. It's the ego, but it'll drive them to their whatever. It will be as follows. The three power focal points of a great universe to be formed by the powers of integrated consciousnesses will come into effect connected to the universe, and this great universe that will be used as the center of all universal unification will project as a representative of the power dimension, its system on three separate universes. These three universes will form the triangle tableau of reflection. So they're going to make a big power universe. Then that universe is going to have like three universes that will form a triangle. And then that three triangle of universes is from the triangle tableau of reflection in effect by a potential that will take the place of fire, light, sound universes. So that's the three. That is, the entire potential has been formed naturally until today. However, now these powers that develop naturally will form this great potential by the intellect, logic, awareness totality as a humanity totality. This mentioned universal totality will be established outside the Gerz dimensions, and the super potential powers from there, together with human power potential, will be transferred to the other Gerzes and will form the teaching staff. Like, they need us too. Like, they really need our potentials, our essences, our sparks, our experiences. We're like a whole different species, the human race. However, God will first assemble the super consciousnesses he has brought into existence until today in his own special dimension, and thus will project on his fourth order a brand new ordinance of the universes as a collective unification totality. So, however, God will assemble the super consciousnesses he has brought into existence until today in his own special dimension, and thus will project on his fourth order a brand new ordinance of the universes as a collective unification totality. Okay, this is when we've reached source as the super consciousnesses. As joined hands, joined powers, the reality of superhumanity will project the order of the reality of unified humanity on quite different and more advanced existential dimensions. In future centuries, a federative road state that will be administered by cantons will establish a golden age order by its powerful staff, and thus will embrace happy morals. It is presented for your knowledge. I want to see if I know what anyone know what cantons are? I'm going to see if it's in the glossary. Canton. Each of the state units which constitute a federation. There we go. Where was I? Okay. That was from center. It is answer to the chains of thought. Our friends, in periods in which systems, this is volume 3 of the book, and it's very heavy. It was easier going through the religious teachings, and then I missed the middle passage with you guys, and then I jumped to the 3rd volume. It's quite heavy. It's more like after this all happens, this is what's gonna happen. Like, we'll build new universes, and we'll travel together as a unified this, that, and you get this kind of power, and you be administrators of this type of universe, and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's more on that. It's more on the aftermath. Okay. All right. In each period in which systems and ordinances were not yet in effect, the laws of 18 systems were not in effect either. Totalities formed were carrying on the universal order by benefiting from the influence fields of each other's and their own centrifugal forces. The law of 18 system that had come into effect after the Atlanta medium, we call the period of the golden dimension, settled the entire ordinance of the cosmos on a system. The foundation of the system had been prepared by the ancestors of the Atlanteans and were taken into the application field by the Atlanteans. Solar dimensions were established after the law of 18 systems, and thus life dimensions came into effect. So the Atlanteans, our ancestors, were some super duper people, yo. The being called the human was taken into evolution after this medium. It is presented for your knowledge. Center. Note, your sun is younger than your old. Ooh. The Atlanteans are beings who came into existence long before Adam. Ah, what the fuck? What? They are beings from beyond the boundary of the tranquility of silence. Bro. Your sun is younger than your world. The Atlanteans are beings who came into existence long before Adam, fam. And they came on this planet before Adam was even in existence. Long before Adam was in existence. And they are beings from far beyond the boundary of the tranquility of silence. This is like not even dimensions. Whoa. I mean, there's a lot we have to catch up on. It is general message. Our friends, even though all operations of focal points rendered on your planet until today are connected to the same channel, Each group's operational orders are different. All those who come to the groups are sincere ones. However, they are not conscious. A person who has genuine consciousness should think of others rather than himself or herself. That is what is meant by altruism, and it is not gained easily. This is a matter of evolution. Respect of a human for another human on this path is the most sacred of the worships. Okay, so it's not about your 5 daily prayers and your Sunday worship and your Sabbath day and all that stuff. It says right here, respect of a human for another human on this path is the most sacred of worships. And to exploit another for his or her own medium, or to waste his or her time, is for us the greatest of sins. Levels of consciousness of sincere friends who came to various focal points are assessed one by one, and thus they are coded, and the genuine missionaries are selected by this means and are card indexed into the focal point. However, even many of these missionaries are lacking consciousness coherence. Grasping a truth does not mean understanding the knowledge read. It means receiving lessons from the knowledge read and to become verdant by their frequencies. A person who becomes verdant will one day bloom into beautiful flowers. We have tried until today to bring together friends who would serve in the direction of the same consciousness. However, consciousnesses who act in the direction of their own essence hearts and who cannot unify in the direction of the same coordinates are doomed to disappoint, even if they are considered missionaries. Missions bring cognizance, brings responsibility, brings altruism to the human. If a human does not possess any virtues, she or he is not missionary, even if she or he considers herself a missionary. In mission consciousness, respect of a human to a human should come before his or her love. However, that is absolute facts. However, it is our belief that during the progress of time, faces on which the sunlight falls will grasp the truth and one day will surely be illuminated. It is presented for your knowledge. That was from Center. It is answer to the chains of thoughts. Our friends, you are born again at your final evolution dimension into your world that you had entered as a micro energy. You are born again at your final evolution dimension into your world that you had entered as a micro energy. However, you attain your consciousness light only as a result of being incarnated here 7 more times. The final manifestation boundary of the whole, that is the human, is 7. You complete the humanity from all 7, from only in 7 stages. However, you attain consciousness at the 6. After the final dimension work, that is the boundary of 7 times more incarnation, the human totality henceforth is a complete totality. However, we can say it as follows for you to understand better. The human who gains himself or herself beyond 7 boundaries is now the human of the medium of truth beyond 7 consciousnesses. The evolution of everything is 7. The evolution of energy is 7. The evolution of a cell is 7. The evolution of consciousness is 7. However, at the moment, the awareness progress on your planet is at the 5th boundary. The 5th boundary is your nirvana boundary. That is, it is a boundary corresponding to the social consciousness light of the medium you are in. This is called the 5 steps. The Far East is a society that has transcended these 5 steps, has taken steps on the 6th, and decided to settle at 7. The spiritual culture of this society is rich. Its consciousness culture is poor. Transferred to your planet, however, you as solar teachers in the service of the plan are consciousnesses transferred to your planet from very advanced evolutions of world consciousness dimensions. That means other, like your world, but the higher world consciousness dimension. You are friends who completed your world evolutions thousands of years ago. Remember, was Missy here? I was talking to Missy the other day, and then she asked, like, when was the last time I was here? I was like, I cannot remember the last time I was here. I swear it was like so ancient, I can't recall. You are friends who completed your world evolutions thousands of years ago and who were appointed to service in the dimension of mission. It is presented for your knowledge. Message from the other channels. Dear Mevlana, the system that assumes that a great part of the messages given to the awakening consciousnesses cannot be placed in the book will send you the important messages that will interest only the social consciousness. The messages given to our channel friend with the date 1/1/1990 is a message wished to be written in the book, with a request that a brief identity of the consciousness who received this message should be written in the book together with the message as knowledge system. The name of the friend who received this message is Fatma Soyoglu. Her profession, teacher of mathematics. Her age, 31. She's married and is the mother of a girl. She's not in the Mevlana Essence Nucleus Group. She received this message. I'm wondering, like, were they like in the same house, or I don't know, how did that work? Anyway, that message that we just read, message from other channels, was from Fatima Soyoglu, and it was January 1st, 1990. The message. This is the message. Oh, this is the message. Okay. Salutations, friends. We would like to say hello to you in the new year with new powers, new consciousnesses, new brains. We wish you to be more self-sacrificing, more conscious during the 1990 world year, which we are reading this now, but it kind of is so relatable. World deeds or family deeds should not be compared with the deeds of the Lord. Liberation will show you the correct path. There are deeds you will do in every field. If one of them is not completed, you cannot complete the other either. Your world has begun to be completely showered by cosmic rains. Events between countries and corruptions of the administrative orders of countries are gifts given to humans. I'm going to read that again. Your world has begun to be completely showered by cosmic rains, that we know. Events between countries and corruption of the administrative orders of countries are gifts given to humans. I'm thinking they're talking about the exposition that is going on. We have been telling you until today you should overcome your conditionings and you should listen to the voice of your conscience. Those who have listened to our word have long received their lots from here. But you are not late either, friends. We have always accepted the lights of the mythos as advanced consciousnesses and as our new light. We wish to give knowledge and consciousness to friends who will awaken in the near future. We would like to present the knowledge book. We would always wish to extend our helping hands to you. Why do you insist on not holding them? Well, because the people are asleep. The mission of your planet is obvious. Humans hold grudges against against other humans. Humans despise humans. Humans are oppressing humans. Friends, will you still wait? First, renew your own selves. Come into effect as pioneers. Our assistance to you is infinite. Do not be afraid of making a mistake. provided that the path you will tread is for the benefit of humanity and it's towards the order of your Lord. Renew your knowledge. Give examples not through religious doctrines, but through the knowledge book. Help humans first. Help your own conscience, of course. Approach everything in nature with love and respect. Overcome your habits of producing negativities. That includes negative thinking and self-sabotaging. Invite respect with love, with patience, with tolerance. We do not want the bloodshed on your planet. We try to prevent numerous events beforehand, but you have become so loveless that you cannot even design the path you will follow. Do not misunderstand, friends. It is not our intention to cause you grief or to hurt you, but to be able to assist you, to be able to show you the beauties, to be able to engraft you with the refinement of self-sacrifice. We always say, do not be afraid of us. Be afraid of the people among you with evil intentions. We are the powers of assistance for you. Is this ever a message or what? Damn. If you have not yet understood that we will not be evil to you, please consult your consciences. If we had wished to be evil, we would have proven it by now. If you can convey this love and tolerance we give you to your planet, you will be able to save your friends. My dear friends, do not let the length of the message surprise you. We wish to call out to all focal points through you. Please let your message be heard in all focal points. Do not be afraid of reactions that will come. We wish everyone to be full of mission consciousness in the year 1990. We wish everyone to reach his or her Lord with love, not to take shelter in him. Right? So not out of fear. Don't go to the Lord out of fear. Everybody always run to God because they're afraid of death, or they got sick and they're afraid of dying, or they got a heartbreak and they're afraid of depression or something. I always tell my son, he practices Islam. I said, do you worship Allah out of fear? Because if you are, you're doing the wrong thing. You have to worship him out of love. Embrace him. Let your worship be about love. And you cannot be worshiping him if you cannot treat anybody else outside of you properly. Then your worship is futile. But he's a good boy. He's a great young king. All right. If we leave everything, all the efforts to dear Mevlana, if there are no friends you will save, if there is no knowledge book you will distribute, then why do you establish focal points? Why do you try to become conscious? Will there be any point in it if you cannot propagate what you learn? We hope that our friends who pay attention to this warning message will wish all your planet love, tolerance, patience, and mission consciousness. With our love, Cosmos Federal Assembly. And that's the end of the fascicule. Fascicule 39. How's everybody doing? Oh, thank you, Yaya. Now, if somebody wants to come up, they can come up because I'm done by reading. But how's everybody doing? It's been a while. It's been like a year. I want to see something before I leave. Whoosh. Oops. All right. Now I'm going to see if I could read comments. Yeah. All right, so thank you all for joining. The solar eclipse, however, was not disappointing. It did exactly what COVID kind of did, where it caused more awakening than expected, because now a lot of people are like, wait, hold on, let me take off my glasses. A lot of people are like, the moon did not eclipse the sun. So what eclipsed the sun? And so now people's consciousnesses are raised as well, and then the frequencies that came in are still blasting in, even though they put that so-called simulator there. It's still blasted in. Let me show you something. Yeah, that's it. Background. Look at this. Took a picture of the sun, and you know how the sun, oh, there's always a lens flare. Look at this. Look at this lens flare right here of the sun. It looks like some kind of beehive thing, like some hexagonal type thing. Like, people are saying that this is not our real sun anymore. Let me see if I can find a better picture. Background. Let's see. See it right there? Or the comments are kind of covering it up. This is the reflection of the sun. Something is covering our actual sun. It looks really, really weird. See that right there that I've circled? Anyway. Oh, you did? I didn't see that. Well, actually, I didn't even get nothing. They literally sprayed our sky so bad. Couldn't even see the sun. Did not even see the sun during the eclipse. I saw the brief shadowing when the eclipse happened. We didn't get totality, so it wasn't like super dark. But I saw the cooling. It was a nice gray tint, and then it went back to right after the eclipse was done. All the ugly clouds cleared up, blue sky, and I was like, "Fuck you, Canada." I was so pissed. Yeah, they put a lens over the sun. Yeah, look at it. It's right there. And it's like some weird geometric type thing, simulator thing in front of the sun. And people are saying that we probably, because whatever eclipsed our sun, if that, and it's not the moon, we know that it's not the moon because it's a solar eclipse. It means that it's a solar event. It's not the moon. It's a solar entity eclipsed our solar. The black hole sun eclipsed it, Nibiru, whatever you want to call it. But it's not the moon. But if that portal is still open, then, because people actually did not see the moon, well, the moon was not there, but people did not see the item leaving the sun. People, however, saw light coming to cover the darkness, not the darkness leaving, but a light coming to cover the darkness. So if they have placed a lens in front of that, projecting some kind of light to this thing, and then that means that the darkness is still behind there. That means that the solar eclipsing is still happening. So that's why some other people are talking about, oh, we may be in the something something days of darkness still. But hey, all is good. Everything is playing out. It's waking up people. People are thinking now, hey, what the heck was that? How can something eclipse our sun and it's not the moon? So quest, right? Quest is imperative. Yeah, it was something. Definitely. I mean, all of this is an illusion as well. We're all on stage. Crazy times. You would? Okay. How do I do that? Guest? Okay, right here. Oh.
Divine rising, awakened, we have awoke.
Yes. Ashe.
I believe that and you just said it, I believe that the eclipse is an event, not something that you see, but it's a happening.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think it's still happening.
Everybody, well, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people were going on the guise of seeing something. Because everybody, well, not everybody, but most people, a lot of people are reporting different things that they saw. The eclipse showed up just the way it was supposed to
Exactly.
in everybody's mind. But it's not something that you see, it's something that you experience. And so there's an outpouring. That book called the Bible says, "In those last days, I will pour out my spirit."
Right.
There's an outpouring taking place, not a seeing taking place. So there's an uplifting within our spirit, our soul. Our soul is in turmoil. How we think, how we feel, and how we express ourselves is in a turmoil, and that's what's being repaired. Not our spirit. Our spirit is fine because it's connected to the spirit, but
Right.
the soul man is what's needing to be repaired. And that malefactor that was on the hanging on the cross or another cross, and it asked Christ Jesus, the man, would you remember me when you enter the kingdom? He wasn't talking about a mental remembering. He was talking about putting me together, bringing my members back together.
Yeah, remembering. Yeah, reassembling, basically. It's all in the terminologies.
And so, there's a lot of, for want of a word, there's a lot of trickery in the terminologies that's hidden in that book called the Bible.
Right. That's why I was saying solar eclipse. It's a solar event. That means another sun is eclipsing our sun. It's a solar event. It's right there in the words.
Mhm. Yeah. And so what people were expecting is what they got, what they were seeing with their two eyes, not their one eye.
Right.
That book called the Bible says, if thine eye be single, your body will be filled with light. And
Mm.
single is being that one eye, not the two eyes. The two eyes are deceptive, but that one eye is the single eye. If thine eye be single, your whole body will be filled with light.
This is why when you realize something, you come into an awareness consciousness of something. It's called realize, which is your real eyes. Your real eyes. It's all in the words.
Yeah. And like
Hi, Cynthia.
I was texting to Yaya that the things that she do is a key that our souls need, and those that see her see the purity in what she does will be unlocking that secret to our soul, to the soul man.
Right, right,
We all have our part to play, you know. When we do it with a pure heart, for want of a term, our hearts are getting purer, um, but our intentions is, clear, clean, is getting purer, but our intention, our love for doing service for source, for God, um, is what I believe is, helping me and others. I mean, look at, yeah, what are you doing up so late? What am I doing up so late? I've been going all day today, and the spirit had me come to Josephine tonight, this morning. We're moving by the Spirit of God. Those that worship me in spirit and in truth. Yeah, you worship the Lord and share it with us. Josephine, you worship the Lord and share it with us in spirit and in truth. You didn't care how many people was on here, Josephine.
No.
You just kept on reading.
Yep.
Just reading to yourself.
Yep.
You know? And yeah, what are you doing up so late? So
Thank you. It's beautiful times that we're in, and I think that the solar eclipse is a catalyst, and it's the beginning sign of what is unfolding, and many things are going to be unfolding. And I was told in a message that they said, do not put any expectations on any events that will happen that can send people into depression when they don't get what they're expecting to see. Just allow the events to play out. All you have to do is stay in love and light and allow the events to play out. Do not put any expectations on anything that is going to happen.
yes, love, light, and liberty.
Yeah.
That came to me. As long as we stay in love, the light will continue to build up, grow, and people see it. They can't really figure it out. They know there's something different when they pass by us, when they pass by the light bodies.
Mhm.
That's how man is. Man can't see beyond the stretching of their faith. It's just how ego is. But those that see the light, they feel the difference. They say something real different about that yaya. You know, every
Yeah.
time he passes by me, I just feel like I've been lifted up to a. I don't know what it is, but I sure enough love when she comes around.
Mhm.
It's Josephine. I haven't I haven't felt that energy from Miss Josephine, but I'm thinking about her. That's raising my energy. You know. So we have that kind of a effect on people, and is raising their vibration, their frequency too.
Yeah.
They're gonna be knocking on your door in a minute, Josephine.
Cool.
Right? Ooh, a bunch of people. The time is coming. They're gonna remember that there was something about that Josephine that I gotta go and get more. Her words is just profound.
Gratitude. Gratitude.
Yeah. Right, yeah. What are you doing up so late, yeah?
Well, I want to give a love and gratitude to everyone that came to be with me to tune into this frequency. I'm gonna go sleep before the baby wakes up because she's been sleeping for a few hours.
Thank you for you. I thank
All
the
right,
Lord.
thank you.
Thank the Lord for you. I thank God,
Thank
Christ,
you, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Spider Wolf.
and Spider Wolf Dragon.
Spider Wolf Dragon.
My name has transmuted over some time. Um, some shaman has transmuted my name to Dragoness.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
But I'm a light worker for the Lord.
Right.
But thank you again, Josephine, for you know being you. I was so happy to see and hear your voice and your energy.
Thank
Continue.
you. Thank you. Ashe. Bye, everyone. Thank you for being here.